run wire through the firewall on the Jeep Gladiator. It's easier than you think. Well, good afternoon everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive JT. I'm going to show you how to run wire through the firewall in the Jeep Gladiator. After a lot of research, I discovered it's much easier than you think. So what I've got here, I'm going to actually do a little lighting mod. That'll be a different video. But part of the challenge was getting wiring from inside the engine bay into the cab so I could put a switch in there. So I looked around all over the place and I finally discovered this little grommet cover. It's really a cover, I guess. And where it was located is right there, where you see that hole. That actually just plugs right in there. The easiest way to get this out, it has some nubs on it. You just take a pair of pliers, grab one of the nubs and pull, and it'll pop right out. Pretty simple to do. And then you can drill through this, put a grommet in it, and run your wire right through. Very simple to do. Now, I'll show you that in a minute, how I'm gonna put the grommet in and all that. But let me show you the inside of the cab and where that hole actually is, and it's very convenient. First I had run a wire through to see where it came out, and then I discovered that wasn't really necessary. So if you look up there, you'll see some light coming through, hopefully. You see that hole right there? I'm just sitting here with the camera in the footwell next to the brake pedal. That's the hole, that's where it comes through. So obviously you have easy access to the interior of the Jeep Gladiator from the engine bay. Now, let me show you how I'm going to prepare, I guess, that plug or that cap that I pulled out, again, right there, so that I can run my wires through and have it sealed so that I don't get any water or critters or anything crazy inside the cab. Okay, you really only need a couple of things to do this. I went to Lowe's and I just picked up some different grommets. You guys can see here, and if you want to see the sizes, there they are. I'm going to drill a hole in this, and you can use a step bit or a regular bit depending on how big you go. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. I've actually never used one of these before, strangely. I usually use a hole saw. But after that, I'm going to go ahead and seal around the grommet and the wire. And this is the wire I'm running through, so it's not a huge diameter, but I do have to fit these plugs through, or this end. This is obviously too big, so I'll probably unplug them from the switch and then go ahead and feed those through one of the grommets. And I want to go with the smallest one possible so that I can get a good seal without having to use a ton of silicone. So let me figure out which one I want to use. I'll tell you in a minute. And then we'll go ahead and drill through the cap. Alright, I ended up going with the 5/8 OD by 5/16 ID grommet. You can see it's right in there. It did fit, so that's cool. And then I used an 11/32 drill bit to drill the hole through my piece. So I have it through. Now I just have to feed the end of this wire through there. That might be fun. And then I'm really ready to install this back in the Jeep. So let me go ahead and feed the wire through, see if I can manage that, and then we'll move on. Alright, we got the wire run through, the grommet seated. It was pretty simple to do. I think the perfect size for this. Again, I will put a little bit of silicone once I have everything done and the wire at the right length inside. Just to seal that little hole off there to prevent any water or critters from climbing inside the truck. So next, I'm going to go ahead and place this back in the hole. We'll put that back in, and then hopefully the wire will be inside the cab. That's the idea. I'll show you what that looks like in just a minute. Okay, success. I've got the grommet run through. You guys can hopefully see, I know it's hard to see, but it's right there. And then there's the wire coming out of it. It's just laying right up here, so you can see where it goes through. And then, with any luck, it's on the inside of the cab. Actually, I know it already is, because, you know, I looked. But here it is for you guys. You can see it sitting right here. So now, all I have to do is drill another hole in my trim piece sitting over there for my switch. So that's going to be another video. That's actually the install of the lighting that I'm going to put on the front of my Jeep Gladiator. But the project worked well after about an hour of trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to do it. It did come out pretty good, so I'm happy with it. Just a quick video, maybe not so quick, but to show you guys how to get wiring from the front of your Jeep Gladiator or the engine bay through the firewall into the cab in case you're running any kind of electrical accessories, lighting, maybe a horn, an amplifier, any kind of thing that requires electricity from the battery from the front. That's how you run it through easily. Now, a little tip for you. You guys could see in there, I think in the beginning, where that hole was. You can actually access that from the inside. So it is kind of tight next to the brake there. So you can reach up and you could actually push that grommet out. I'd have somebody at the top waiting to receive it so it doesn't disappear into the engine bay void. But you could push it out from the inside. That would make it even easier than putting a pair of pliers in there and grabbing one of those little nubs to pull it out. It can be done, I did it, but it's very tight. And if you have really big hands, probably gonna be even more difficult for you. Anyway, that is how you run wiring through the firewall of a Jeep Gladiator. Let me know if there's a different way. I can't imagine there's any better way to do it. And the good thing about this, there's no drilling. Leave a comment, let me know. Also, real quick, if you didn't in the beginning, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about Toyota Tacomas. And Rob Motive FST, all about full-size trucks, for now. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.